Hello and welcome back to Cookie Tea, Cookie and Courtroom. I'm your host for the day, John, and we're going to be talking all about Marc Jacobs Beauty closing down. I am so shocked right now. These beauty giants are just like shedding brands. So obviously Estee Lauder has announced that they're going to be closing down Becca, who they only acquired recently. Was it for 50 million 5 years ago? I think it was. It wasn't 500 million. I think it was maybe 50 million. I can't remember precisely. But yeah, 5 years on, they're closing that down. And now it's been an announcement that Kendo owned brand Marc Jacobs Beauty is also going to be closing down. So some backstory to this, what we think might be happening. Of course, I'm going to give you all the tea. My understanding of Kendo is that with some of the, obviously with Fenty Beauty, obviously run by Kendo as well, I think Rihanna will have a large share in the company. But with spin-off brands, like Marc Jacobs was obviously known for fashion, and the beauty brand launched off that. I personally believe that Marc Jacobs would be most likely a minority shareholder in Marc Jacobs Beauty, just from how deals were done back then. Now it's a lot more competitive with Seed Beauty, doing things with Kylie Cosmetics and Tati Beauty and Colourpop and those sorts of things. There's a lot more competition, so the manufacturers have to be more competitive. But back then, do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's a minority shareholder deal. That's just what I feel. That's one of the reasons why I think it might be closing down. Anyway, but obviously, Kat Von D was rebranded and she was bought out. I believe from my sources that she was also a minority shareholder in Kat Von D Beauty, which is how, she could be ousted and bought out from the company. If she owns a minority share, the shareholders can make a decision to kick her out, basically, which obviously was good for the brands because she was in a huge anti-fag scandal at the time. So the whole thing with Marc Jacobs Beauty is Marc Jacobs, I actually follow Marc Jacobs, like his personal account, and I do keep up with what he's up to. He seems happily married. He lives in a nice house. He literally dresses up every day and just has the time of his life. He looks like he's just chilling out, basically, and having fun. I think he's had his his big crazy career, and he still has a very successful fashion line and obviously the beauty as well, but it looks like he's enjoying himself. It looks like that stuff is probably managed by people now, if you get what I mean, which is good for him. Like if you're at that age and you've had that kind of success, I think it's very healthy to be enjoying yourself. And like, do you know what I mean? It's like, why not? You don't want to work forever. So pretty cool. But we think might be happening here is Marc Jacobs might be wanting a bigger piece of the pie. He might be wanting to separate from Kendo and run the brand independently, not necessarily Marc Jacobs himself, but say they want to take a brand in a different direction, or the brand is not getting the sales that they want it to get and Kendo isn't willing to commit to releasing new products or marketing it. Marc Jacobs, obviously, if he owns 15%, 30%, 40% of the company, he isn't going to want to front 100% of the cost for manufacturing or advertising to benefit Kendo. He would most likely want to close the brand down and start it himself. And this could be something that's been brewing for a super long time as well. We just never know, to be honest with you. Now, in terms of Marc Jacobs' famous products that we all remember, the Omega bronzer is definitely the famous one. So obviously it came in, I think it was black packaging for the Omega bronzer, and then obviously there was the coconut one as well. I think maybe it was both coconut. I don't know if we even got it in the UK, to be honest with you, but there was a white version, which was, I think, was the coconut collection. It was a huge bronzer, and then the black version. And it was a very, very thin highlighter. Like the actual pan was very thin, which meant it was very susceptible to shattering, as we know from thinner pans in the past with different brands. But that was a very famous product. To be brutally honest with you, just from my perspective, Marc Jacobs has really, really pretty marketing. Like their tubes that they use are very, very similar to my taste in tubes. So they tend to use very round shapes, things that fit into the hand well. That tends to be what I really appreciate, and that tends to be what I build upon. With my own brand, I've always started with round shapes. So I do like hexagons as well, as we see with Fenty Beauty and a couple other Kendo brands. I think Marc Jacobs might use the hexagon as well, because they share the molds, I think, probably. But definitely circular shapes I'm a really big fan of, like the Too Faced Born This Way foundations in quite a round tube, and I do love that as well. But they also have nail varnishes, again, in really round, beautiful components. Their price point is obviously a bit more upmarket, but yeah, they have had some hype products. They've managed to create this space in beauty, very similar to the bag space with Chanel bags and stuff like that, where Chanel releases limited edition bag, people run out to go and get it. Some people do, obviously, it's like $4,000. And then people are hunting for it, and they find a way to create this hype, right? To create this desirability. Obviously a Chanel bag that's well manufactured, it's a good piece of craftsmanship, it's already desirable, but the limited supply sort of business model creates this hype. And Marc Jacobs did that with the Omega bronzer. People were running to stores to try and pick up this product, and everyone was going on about it. Oh, it's sold out here, it's sold out there, we can't get it anywhere. And it was the same idea, which is very, very smart, because I think this is like a $50 highlighter or something, but I actually noticed it is on sale in the UK, because I noticed it on sale for like $35 or something. It was very cheap actually for what it was, or £35 £50, for example, compared to what it was usually 45 or something. So it has a lot of product in it. It's not like your standard, I don't believe it's your standard 8-gram contour product that a lot of brands sell. I think it was like 12 or 15 or 18. It was a high product content, but obviously more expensive as well. So why is it closing down? Well, some of my research into the cosmetics and beauty market showed that a lot of people due to COVID were switching over to skincare. And a lot of these smaller brands, not smaller brands, but, less social media relevant brands were struggling a little bit. May potentially be why, Estee Lauder was closing off Becca, for example. But the thing that really confuses me, Queens, this genuinely confuses me. I, as one person, I have a very, very small team of people that do ad hoc work for me now and again. And I have very few full-time staff that work for me all the time doing stuff for me, right? I'm able to manage a brand that's doing well internationally, and I'm doing the logistics, the product development, the new products, managing the shipping, all of that. That's with one highly efficient person. So what gets me is, could these brands not just scale down the operation, like cut down on the office and just have an office of 4 people? You've got one person doing social media marketing, you've got one person managing logistics, one person managing compliance, and one person managing general operations. That's what confuses me. Like with Becca, for example, I know that they're sold all over the world, but part of me thinks would they not just scale back and just sell online, and just use a few warehouses across the world in their top selling places? Why aren't companies doing this? Why are they closing down a brand that's had millions of dollars invested into marketing and brand awareness? I just don't get it. Estee Lauder companies, if you're watching this, you can give me Becca Beauty and I'll give you a majority shareholder, but I'll run the company for you, right? With a very limited staff of people that are just very efficient, instead of having a team of 100 people managing a brand that's maybe not selling that much product, right? And the same thing goes with Marc Jacobs Beauty. The only reason that I could imagine Marc Jacobs Beauty really closing down is because Marc Jacobs wants to take it in a different direction away from Kendo. That's the only reason, because I just think it's one of those brands that's been around for so long. It's a prestige brand. Marc Jacobs still has a name, obviously everyone knows Marc Jacobs and the perfumes and everything. So I think it's a deal. I think it's something to do with Kendo. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Maybe Kendo's scaling back on their spending and Marc Jacobs isn't happy about this because their products are not getting the screen time and the investment that they need. Similar to what Estee Lauder potentially did with Becca, who knows? So this all started when Marc Jacobs Beauty online was running 50% off deals. So we had fine eyeliner skinny gel liners going for $12 to $13, reduced from $25, crazy. We have the Marc Jacobs highlighter gel eye crayon eyeliner for $13, reduced from $26. If I lived in the US, I would be bagging some of this stuff. I'm sure one of those Marc Jacobs liners, I think it might be the crayon one, it's like a thick crayon. It's it creates this texture like shark skin. I went to Selfridges a while ago to try and pick one up, and the shopping attendant had no idea what I was asking for, but I'd seen a tutorial on Instagram from a makeup artist I follow, and it blended so beautifully. Because sometimes you use pencils in your waterline and then under the waterline, and you try and blend them because you want that super matted, stealthy look. And they just don't blend, and then you have to go in with a pencil brush and your shadows, and it's just not the same. But this product, it was so blendable, but then it somehow set as well, and I was just like, wow, but I just couldn't get it. I didn't know what it was, and the woman had no idea what I was talking about. We've got a little duo for a bronzer, a mini bronzer, and a mascara for $10. I would buy 50 of those, and I would probably give them as Christmas gift for the next 10 years. We've got this eyeshadow palette that was $49 going for $25. Again, to be brutally honest with you, I wouldn't use any of these shades for anything that I do creatively, but I would just buy it because I like the palette. It's pretty. Am I the only one that does that? Sometimes I just buy products because I like the packaging. We've got an under eye perfecting coconut eye primer for $13, reduced from $26. It looks like they're liquidating. We've got the Magic Mark the waterproof liquid eyeliner Cocoa Lacquer, $15. That looks like a full sizer as well. One thing to mention is that you can definitely tell Kendo's influence on the brand, because Fenty, for example, wanting to appeal to the younger audience, the Pro Filter foundation was Pro Filt and then an apostrophe right? They've cut out a letter, which is kind of redundant because it kind of adds the same character, but they've kind of done the same thing here with Marc, and then the thing to break it like Marc Jacobs. So you can definitely feel some of Kendo's influence on the brand and how it's run and those sorts of things, right? Pretty packaging, short, sweet, simple. They're a well-organized brand. We have the liquid lip cream product from $28 down to $14. That's their liquid lipstick that dries down, I believe, to a matte finish. Still, I think it's cheaper than You know, Kylie, it's cheaper than general mid-range products, but I actually don't know who was really spending $28 on it, to be honest with you, because there's so much competition in the liquid lipstick market now, and there's so many brands with amazing formulas. I don't really know $28 who's paying it apart from big fans of the brand. And also, I think the component's kind of simple for what it is. That's not a closed component, by the way, that's an open component, I know that, which means that other people can go and buy it and use it, to my understanding, because I've been sent pictures of it before. Now, how do we know that they're closing? This is due to a leaked conversation between a customer and a Sephora beauty person employee. So why don't we read the conversation? Talia said, need advice? Chat with a live expert. Hello, and thank you for chatting with Sephora. I'm reviewing your request and we'll be with you in a few minutes. Hello, why is Marc Jacobs brand 50% off? Are you no longer going to carry Marc Jacobs? And Sephora responded, hi there, so unfortunately Marc Jacobs has decided to close up shop on their cosmetics line. I believe that other products such as fragrances and apparel will still be available. So that it does make it sound like it's just not been selling. Maybe I'm a bit precious with these sorts of things, but I think just keep the brand open, even if the product doesn't sell, like just keep it because it's pretty. Just let people go and look at your stores. Like I know obviously you have to pay for store space, and if it's making losses, they're not going to keep running it. You know, it's just a business decision, but part of me is like, just sell online. You know, would it be so bad to only sell online for now? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you imagine, say, for example, if Marc Jacobs owns 40% of Marc Jacobs Beauty, so he gets 40% of their net profits. Obviously, if you're selling to Sephora as well, you're probably, you know, surrendering about 50% at least of your product value as well. So then Marc Jacobs is getting 20% of the sale price. The money has to go through so many people's hands that it just get diluted. So that's why I was thinking maybe Marc Jacobs, if his sales aren't crazy high, he's looking at it and he's thinking, this brand's only making me 15k, 25k a month. It's not worth keeping it open for the liabilities or whatnot. Who knows? Maybe he's got retainer fees he has to pay and stuff like that. I don't know, but I do think it's weird. Anyway, some of the comments. Gabs said, so sad Marc Jacobs is closing their makeup line, but the sale they're having is amazing. Yeah, I'm actually, after I film this video, I'm going to go look online for the sale actually, because I'm probably going to panic buy some stuff. I don't think I've ever actually purchased anything from Marc Jacobs before, just because I can't justify it, because I've never used it, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I might do it now. Rebecca, with a K, said, if my makeup followers haven't already, Marc Jacobs is closing their cosmetics department and put everything on sale, so stock up whilst you can. Anyway, there was an announcement on Trend Mood, which is a famous makeup leaker on Instagram, loads of followers, and basically she took a screenshot of the sale and she said, this is not Marc Jacobs closing down, this is just like the end of these products, like they're still going to be doing their apparel, fragrances and makeup. So what I'm thinking is potentially they're, you know, leaving the deal with Kendo, and maybe they'll try and reinvent some of their best-selling products, or potentially, because I imagine Kendo are doing the rights to the Omega bronzer and stuff like that because they've developed it, right? Most likely. Maybe they'll have to see if they can do like a royalties deal where Kendo might make a small percentage, but Marc Jacobs can manufacture it himself. I don't know. But that's what made me think about the Kendo situation, about him not wanting to work with them anymore and wanting to run it independently as like a side hustle to the main apparel and cosmetics, which I imagine still sells super well. Let's read some comments online that were posted being critical about this. So someone on the other thread here mentioned that they won't be renewing their contract with Kendo. If that's the case, it does still kind of feel like the current brand is going to an end, because everything will have to be different when they get a new company to make their products. Like, I doubt Kendo is going to allow them to take all their existing formulas to another company. That makes more sense. I could see how something like that would be misconstrued. They'll probably repackage all of the cult favourite Marc Jacobs formulas under a different Kendo brand. Yeah, most likely Kendo will probably just shuffle over the formulas somewhere else, but Marc Jacobs. My understanding actually is you can't actually trademark a formula in cosmetics, just like a perfume. You can trademark the marketing and the name and all those sorts of things, but ingredients lists, last time I checked, maybe I need to look more into it, I don't believe you can actually trademark them, which is why brands are so secretive with their specific concentrations. Like, you have a document when you manufacture cosmetics called an MSDS. It's like a material safety data sheet. And it has all the information about the ingredients, percentages, how it's manufactured and stuff like that for safety reasons. But that's a top secret document. That's not a document you can usually get a hold of for major brands. But also with regard to the formulas and stuff like that, there's a huge manufacturer in the US called the CCC, and they have huge lines. They produce hundreds of thousands of units of big brands like from everything from drugstore to high end. Obviously, it's just the ingredients usually that are different between those two brands. And some people do say, oh, it's the same thing in drugstore products, but it's high end. And like, usually it's not. Maybe if you have a crappy high end brand, but drugstore margins are so narrow, it's very, very, very difficult to include high end ingredients. I've been working on a chapstick for a long time now. And I wanted to have a high end formula like marula oil, shea butter, like the top things that everyone wants at a super, super affordable price. It's very, very difficult. Like, the margins are like pennies. It's very, very difficult. Aaron Rodgers' wife said, that's quite a funny name actually, Aaron Rodgers' wife. Why has Trash Mood made the announcement though? People are basically going off on Trend Mood because people have been having controversies towards her for some reason, I don't know. Luna said, not to put a tinfoil hat on, but I think maybe they were hoping it would get leaked to get rid of old products. Most of their makeup on the website and in Sephora is out of stock. Y'all still trusting Trend Mood's word? So that's really interesting. What do you think about this? Do you think Trend Mood's being truthful about this? Because Sephora said that they'll still be selling apparel and fragrances. Trend Mood has said they'll still be selling apparel, fragrances and makeup. So you would think that Sephora would be better in the know, but maybe Sephora wants to maintain their relationship with Kendo. And Sephora might not have agreed to have to sell Marc Jacobs' new line that he may be launching. So that's just what I'm thinking. Maybe it'll come in the future, but right now nothing has been formalized, which is strange because you would think if Marc Jacobs is going to close shop, that's what they would do. But maybe it's not a case of Marc Jacobs not wanting to renew the contracts. Maybe it's just not profitable for Kendo to be managing the brand. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, we'll have to see what happens. Let me know what you think down below. Are you going to be bagging any of these products? Do you have any cult favourite Marc Jacobs products? Please let me know. Because yeah, I've not really purchased any Marc Jacobs before actually. I don't know why, but yeah, I just haven't purchased anything. But anyway, I want to say a huge thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.